So do I big spacer? Or
do I rim?
Do I... That's a lot of money.
Yeah, maybe not rims. rims are a big immediate expense.
Yeah, but I mean,
the old rim and brake situation wasn't working. So today, Paiter picked up some Volks Rays. That's them. They're fantastic. They are green. One of those can change. The other one can never change.
Unless I destroy them.
That's true. One of them has easily 4 or 5 ounces of weight. So that's concerning. But we're gonna test fit maybe some tonight. It's gonna take us some time, but it'll take you none. So the thing about wheel spacers, they worked. They fulfilled the purposes that they were meant to, but they're not the most safe, and this is part of why people say that. See this crack right there? I mean, you know, I don't know what could have happened. But like, it can't be good, right? Take it from a YouTuber and someone who actually had a Supra with spacers on it. Just think twice before doing it. It still is just adding more stress to the suspension components and wheel bearings, stuff like that. So that's something to be aware of, but also bear in mind, you are altering the way the car was designed. Your tires are now not where they were from the factory. So I understand the urge and the desire to buy spacers because it'll space out anything you have from bigger brakes or make the car look a certain way, but in the end it's gonna end up being safer to buy the right rim while, albeit more expensive. That being said, we had spacers on it. So we didn't die, we survived. Just, you know, consider all your options.
In the long run, these are fun, but don't like daily drive on it. It's just, it would be cheaper just to get nice rims that have the correct offset.
And they look sweet. And they're light too. They're nice.
Well, they are Rays. Rays engineering!
The brakes are on. The spacers have been cut to fit. And now we're just trying to make sure they bleed properly because brakes are great as long as they work. This is Rays minus spacers versus Rays with 3/4 inch spacers. Funny enough, I think they're probably 3/4 of an inch further out. It is another Supra day. Supra day. Supra day. Today's just Supra. Alright. Today, we are upgrading the suspension on the Supra because why not? But also because one of them is blown out. And like Paiter was just saying, why replace when you can replace and upgrade? He didn't go the cheap route either, and I like that. Let's do it!
Yeah, buddy. All 4, and they're the Flex, which is really cool about me is, bam! The collar and the seat, actually, they adjust separate. Yeah, so that way the depth of the stroke isn't adjusted, isn't moved or anything like that while you're adjusting the height of your vehicle.
Paiter, can you walk us through adjusting those?
Yeah, you gotta turn first to take the adjustment, the wrenches, and you break it loose, and then as you adjust it, it goes up or down, depending on which way you do it. Yeah, and then as the weight of the car compresses here, this fluctuates like that.
So if you wanted to go higher...
Yeah, you gotta screw it and it goes up this way.
But if you wanted to drop it?
Yeah, you drop it, it goes down this way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's good stuff. Really stiff.
Should we go put it in?
Yeah, probably put it in.
Alright. I'll help.
Yeah, I hear in the back it goes in easy, but in the front it takes a little more work.
In the back here, there's one bolt to pull the whole bottom of the strut out, and then on the top, there's 3 nuts you have to access from inside the car, and you should just be able to remove the whole assembly. Much easier than the front. That being said, the front really isn't that difficult either.
Yeah, that's true.
Either remove the long bolt in the back, which is what we're gonna do to avoid having to remove the ball joint, because sometimes you can destroy those by trying to take them apart, and we're not about that. So remove that, and you'll be able to remove the top 3 nuts that hold on this coilover, the bottom bolt, and pivot it outward. And then you're set to drop in your tines. Teeny, weeny.
Teeny, weeny, meeny.
Your tien. Once the top part of the coilover is bolted in, the lower control arm is going to need to be lifted up so that you can access that bolt through the bottom of the coil. Unless your jack is otherwise preoccupied, find a way to creatively lift up on the control arm.
Cinder blocks work well.
Or lower the car onto it.
This little ring here that looks like a washer isn't actually a washer. It's a, I don't know, I'd say adjustment slip yoke that goes through this whole thing so that when you bolt down on this opening of the collar here slides and gets tight up against this so it doesn't have any sideways play. So yeah, all you do is you go in from the inside and hammer it out.
There it is. This is Isaac, Paiter's little brother. He is not Paiter, but lots of people have a hard time understanding that. The upper control arm bolt is very long and tends to be too long to manage. So you kind of have to stuff it into the front bumper and maneuver it to get that control arm out. It appears he's got it. So he actually ended up taking it out in the control arm.
You want to know why?
Moving the control arm and then taking the bolt out. Look at that bolt. Hey Paiter.
Yeah, buddy.
Should we tighten these bolts down to just any random torque?
No, you need to tighten at specified torque.
Oh. Oftentimes, coilovers or factory struts in general will have brake lines or brake hoses attached to them, so make sure you remove those before trying to pull the coil. Ooh. Kind of like that.